Hey everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and welcome to today's Make It Monday event featuring Penny Black. Oh, what's a Make It Monday event? Well, it is really too much fun. I have fun negotiating the deals. I have fun getting the deals in physically, and then we have fun making the samples, and then the most important part, I have fun bringing it to you, where we bring you values up to $100, sometimes a little bit more, for $19.99 on average. Sometimes they've been a little bit less. They've never been more. This was a thought that I had last year. Like, how can we really reach our customers who are on a limited budget, who are with inflation and everything going on? How can we really reach our customers and help manufacturers at the same time who are sitting on some of this product? It is not the latest from our manufacturers, your most favorite manufacturers. No, it's not the newest releases, but it is some of their best releases. And for one reason or another, they just have leftover stock. Well, leftover stock to me means let's make a deal, baby. Sometimes that is the subject of my emails to them. Let's make a deal. And it allows me to bring you up to $100 worth of product for $19.99. That's not bad. And the manufacturers are so supportive. They are looking to move the product out, absolutely. They don't want to send it through, well, I think Tuesday morning might be out of business, but they'd like to give it to somebody who's actually going to do something with it, like show you how to use it. So they're so agreeable to work with me on this, and we will continue to have our Make It Mondays as long as I have product to bring to you. So you never know who's going to have what or what we're going to turn up with on a Monday. But I think that if you love to craft, and whether you are or aren't on a crafty budget, if you love a deal, this is it for you. Supplies are always limited, absolutely. We do not have oodles and oodles of this because it is older stock. I buy as much as I can. We make the bundles. There's no open stock available. You either buy the $19.99 bundle or you pass on it. If you follow the criteria in the Make It Monday category, your order can expedite out to you, but we ask that you follow the criteria. So many of you will just try to slip in a little something, and sometimes we're able to accommodate, but sometimes we're not. So if you want us to be able to ship it to you as fast as we can, meaning that there's only 7 of us, so for $19.99, we're doing the best we can to get them out to you. In fact, right now we're working on YouTube $4.94. Everything is ready except for we had to bundle all the GG stickers, and they just got here last week. We've been bundling stickers for days. Days and days and days we've been bundling stickers. So there's only so many of us to get the job done. But my goodness, really trying to keep everybody enjoying their hobby without having to maybe choose this over that. Maybe you can have a little bit of everything, and wouldn't that just be wonderful? So today's Make It Monday is Penny Black. It retails for $88.50. Your price is $19.99. It can qualify for expedited shipping. It is limited. The event will start after our live chat. So if you are watching this and there's a live chat going on, we haven't loaded the product to the site. There'll be a moment at the end where I say ready, set, and that's me going over to the computer and literally clicking on the items. That's how small we are. I have to make the items live. I have to click there's a little eyeball, and when the eyeball's red, it's not visible, and when the eyeball isn't, that's on our website. So I'm gonna click the items, and then I will say go, and at that point you will find them on our site. Again, they're limited. I can only buy what the manufacturer has, And we're doing the bundling. So we do our very, very best to get it to you just as quickly as possible. And if you want that expedited shipping, just keep to the criteria in the Make It Monday category. It's not going to cost you any more to ship. It's just a way for us to get it to you a little bit faster, since we in the retail store fill your online orders, your expedited online orders. Downstairs in our little retail store, we're picking, packing, pulling, and shipping. Trust me. And then if you've added a little bit of this and a little bit of that, then it has to come upstairs to our stock room. So, penny black for you today. The sale will start after the live chat is over. If you don't see the live chat over here, that means the sale has already started. Visit scrapbookingmadesimple.com to see if there's any products still available. All right, are you ready? I'm gonna walk you through the bundle. I'm gonna then play with it just a little bit, and then I'm gonna show you some samples. So let's begin, shall we? Let's just see how fabulous $19.99 can be. Oh yeah, I think so. Down we go. All right. Zoom, 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 zoom. I will tell you I am slightly distracted. I have an email waiting for me that I looked at 2 minutes before I sat down to do this about another Make It Monday event. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. All right, so I have got 7 penny black stamps. We have never done these before. They've never been in a prior Make It Monday event. Your retail is $88.50. Your sale price is $19.99. Now, we all know penny black stamps. Come on now. We do. We know that that is a smoking hot deal for penny black. There's just no two ways about it. I'm going to show you what the stamps are, and then we're going to play with them a little bit. Isn't she just darling? Right? Isn't she so stinking cute? And there is a whole variety in here. Love this one. In fact, I might use this one today. Love this one. We have got a fabulous background stamp. I've got her quintessential florals. I mean, this just screams penny black. So pretty, so elegant. Yes, please. Wait till you see the sample with this one. Yes, please. So you couldn't get 2 of these stamps for $19.99. Love, love, love. This one's upside down. There's the image. It almost goes with one of the stamps we did earlier with penny black. Almost. I bet you could put the 2 of them together. And then again, how pretty is this? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stamps for $19.99. Now, if you love these 4, give these 3 to your new crafty buddy, or to the church, or to the school, or to a teacher. If you, whatever isn't floating your boat, I guarantee you, these 2 stamps alone would cost more than $19.99. So it's like getting all the rest of it for free if you could get them. I think we bought all of them, so I don't even know if you can get them anymore. All right, so I'm gonna play just a little bit, and I am gonna start with this one right here, just to show you how easy it can be to color these. And I'm gonna do a couple different things. I don't know that I'm gonna put it on a block. I think I might just stamp upside down. All right, so I'm gonna start with, ooh, this is a good way to show you. I'm gonna start with my Jacquard Color Pad waterproof ink. That means that it will work with any kind of watercolor pencils, watercolor paints. It will also work, this ink, with any kind of alcohol ink marker, whether you're using Couture Creations alcohol ink markers, Sizzix alcohol ink markers. Whose alcohol ink markers are you using? This is not gonna schmear. When I say schmear, I think of a bagel. When you use it. So I'm just gonna put it on there, and I'm gonna stamp it upside down. We'll see how good I get. And give it a nice little back rub. I'm not even gonna use a block right now, because I know I'm not gonna use a block a little bit later. And just give a good all over back rub. Boy, I'm very close to that top, but that's okay. We're just gonna color this one. All over back rub. If you have a stamp positioner, you're easy peasy, make it easy peasy, mac and cheesy. There's my image. So pretty. But I think I do want to show you what happens. Let's take another piece of paper. Ooh, I might need more white paper. Hello, white paper. And this time I'm going to ink it up with Stays On. Okay, Stays On. Stays On is exactly that. It stays on. It's meant to go on glass and plastic and metal, anything that is non-porous. When you see Stays On or Stays in Place by Couture Creations, think Bic or Sharpie pen. Anything that you need a permanent ink for. So I'm going to ink this one up and do it in Stays On too. Now, Stays On will absolutely go on paper. Yes, you can use it on paper. Oh, and I might just want to, I'm going to do that one so I know which is which. And I'm going to just put it right on top again and go for it. Nice little back rub. And call it done. So here I've got Stays On. Woo. Here I've got Stays On. And here I have got Color Box. Color Box and Stays On. Now I'm going to grab markers and just color this in. I want you to see how quick and easy it is to color this in. And this is with the Color Box. Let's zoom on down. And I'm going to grab, you think that's too close, maybe a little bit? I'm going to grab the Sizzix markers. So Sizzix has a 12 pack. They're just easy to use. They're alcohol based. They're a permanent marker. I have to talk to Taylor. Ta-da, it's Taylor. I haven't talked to her today, so she doesn't know I'm using these, but usually we can do them for about $12.99 versus the $24.99. I won't know for sure until I talk to her. In fact, I'm not even positive they have these in stock. So I'm just gonna grab my little set of them. The SMS set of them, and I'm just gonna color. So I'm on my color box, and I'm just gonna go in there. And I'm not gonna necessarily care. I'm just gonna wanna stay where I see petals is what I'm coloring. And I'm not being uber clean about it. I'm just, where I see a petal, I'm coloring. I don't want you to think that this is super hard. If I see a center, I'm not coloring it. And you can use, because I am on paper, you can use any kind of marker you want. Tim Holtz Distress. Gosh, I'm trying to think of our Violet Studios markers that we can't get anymore, but you could certainly do that with these. You could use Tombow markers. You could use, who else makes markers? Memento markers. Lots of different, whoever makes your markers. You could use your Couture Creations alcohol-based markers. You could use your Sizzix markers like I'm using. And yeah, I'm mixing a little pink in here. And all I'm doing is making little circles. I'm just trying to fill in. That's all I'm trying to do, is fill in. I'm not trying to be neat or clean or pretty. I'm just trying to, wherever I see what looks like a little petal, I'm coloring in. And I'll come back to my blue and I'll go around that pink a little bit. And because this has got the bullet point on it, that makes it kind of nice and easy to color. The other side is a chisel. So the alcohol markers from Sizzix don't have a brush tip. Want. But it is what it is. For the price, you can't complain and they just make it easy peasy. But the bullet point is perfect for things like this, where it's a lot of detail in small spaces. And all I'm trying to do is get some color in here. Nobody's going to know if it's perfect because there's so many placements of those petals. Nobody's going to be able to say, oh, you didn't color properly. That's never, ever, ever going to happen. I promise you that. And I'm just doing little circles just to fill the space in. I mean, I'm whipping through this pretty darn fast because I don't want you to think that it's going to take forever to color something this detailed out. It really doesn't. And I'm just going through the two of them. I'm not sure that, is this a hydrangea? I'm not sure that hydrangeas come in these colors, but as far as I'm concerned, flowers can be any color that make my heart happy. Okay, so I've got this one pretty well done. What happens if I come over here with my stays on? You think we're going to have a problem? Well, not too bad. So my stays on isn't moving either. The stays on, I have given it enough time to absorb into my paper so that I can go over it with an alcohol marker. Typically, a stays on marker or a stays on ink does not like an alcohol marker because they're both an alcohol-based product and it will smear. But if you give your stays on time to absorb into your porous paper, you're not going to have that problem. And I could just continue to color, but there is no smearing. So the reason I'm telling you this is because a little bit later on, it will be different. You will not be able to use these two to do the same thing. They are definitely different ink, but on paper, they're virtually identical. They don't smear, it's easy peasy. Let's see, we could go in. Add some of my centers. And coloring can be this fast and this simple. It doesn't have to be more than this unless you want it to be. You can be doing this in front of the TV because so far all I've done is pretty much scribble, scribble, scribble. If you can do circles, you can do this stamp. And all I'm doing is adding in my centers. You've got this. Where things change a little bit is when we change the type of surface we're using. I'm going to bring over some vellum. Keep these kind of handy. I'm going to bring over some vellum. This is a parchment weight, so it's a little bit heavier. You can hear that it's thicker. This is my vellum. I don't know how much I have left. If we have any left, we'll put it up on sale. Well, it's at its everyday low price. And I think I will do, this stamp. And maybe I want this stamp. Maybe I'll do one of each. Oh, I'm so indecisive sometimes. Let's see. So first things first, I'm just going to leave it right on here and I'm going to stamp upside down. I'm going to ink it with my waterproof ink from ColorPad, and I am on vellum. Vellum is a plastic substrate. It's kind of a hybrid. It's between plastic and paper. So it is more non-porous than anything else. Now, if I ink up my beautiful image from Penny Black, I love this image. Ink it up. I'm gonna put my vellum right over the top of it, and I am gonna zoom in a little bit because I do want you to see this. So I know I might be a little bit close, but let me go on down and let me move this down. Okay, so I am a little bit close, but I want you to be able to see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna take it off the liner just so it sticks. There we go. So I'm on directly on my craft surface, and it won't move really on my craft surface, my craft mat. I'm gonna go ahead and put my vellum straight over the top. And what I want you to see is that the vellum, you rub very gently. The vellum will tell you where you have stamped and where you haven't. Can you see there's no image over here? Can you see that? But if I just rub my hands over it, the vellum will tell you clearly where you have your stamped image and where you have missed. Can you see there's nothing going on over here? And now there is. So I like to stamp vellum upside down because it is so much easier to see what you've done and what you haven't done. So there's my image. And this one was the, see, it's stuck right down to it. This one was the ColorPad. Now this is a Sharpie marker, so it's going to dry on my vellum very nicely. Let's take and let's ink it up again with my StazOn. And again, StazOn, stays in place, your decision. One's by Imagine Crafts, one's by Couture Creations. This is the midi size. It's a very convenient and easy size. Yes, they sell a re-inker, so you could be re-inking up that midi for quite some time. Okay, let's see, right there. All right, let's drop the vellum on top and give a little bit of a rub, and you can clearly start to see the image come up. And where I haven't rubbed, the image has not. I always like to do my vellum upside down. For me, it's just easier. Everybody has their way of doing things, and there's not a right way or a wrong way. There's a your way. All right. So there's my image. And this one was done. And you know what? I might stamp it one more time. One more time. So this one was done with StazOn. And I think I'll stamp it one more time with StazOn, just so I have 3 to play with. Ink, 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 ink. Probably enough, probably too much. Drop, drop, drop. Nice little press, press, press. Make sure all that detail is coming through. And once you're sure you've got all that detail, up we go. And this one was done with StazOn. All right. So now I've got my color pad. Let me back up just a little bit now. And this is a waterproof ink. It is not meant for vellum. Nope. It may dry over time. It may never dry. That's color pad. That's a dye-based waterproof ink. Dye-based inks and vellum do not get along. They coexist. They both want to be crafty, but they don't necessarily play in the same sandbox. While these are both black ink, the formulation of the ink is wildly different. This is permanent, meant to go on plastic and glass and metal and acetate and all of those things. It'll also go on paper. I showed you that. Go on paper without a problem. This is dye-based ink, porous, paper, anything that's more porous, it's meant to go on. It will not dry, or it will take a very long time, if ever, to dry on vellum. So you have to use the right ink at the right time. Now, I have these two that I did with StazOn. And I'm gonna put maybe a white piece of paper underneath so you can see. So I've got the identical images with StazOn. And now I want to color them. Okay, let's grab my colors, shall we? So I've got my alcohol ink markers. Have to be an alcohol ink based marker because this is a non-porous type of product. I can't use a Tim Holtz Distress. I can't use a Tombow. I can't use a Memento marker. I can't use any of those. Those are dye based. Must be alcohol based, whether you're using Copic, whether you're using Couture Creations, whether you're using Spectrum Noir, Sizzix, or you go out and buy yourself a bunch of Sharpies and Bics. I can tell you, if I'm able to talk to Taylor and get these for $12.99 and not $24.99, these are going to be cheaper than just going out and buying Sharpie markers. And you get the dual tip where Sharpies do not. But I have to talk to it's Taylor to make sure we're good. Now I've got I can see that I've written StazOn on the top, so I know, and my image is right there. But if I go in with an alcohol-based marker, I'm almost afraid to use this one. Look at what happens. It's not that the ink is wet. Look at that, the ink is dry because it dries on non-porous product. On a surface, absolutely, ink is good to go. But this alcohol ink and this alcohol ink are kind of the same. And when you put the two together, ooh, not so good. So if I went in here and I started to color, I'll use a super light color. Let me use a super light color. That's too light of a color. I want you to be able to see it. Those are so light. My yellow? Oh, I think my yellow, but okay, well, want for my yellow. So if I go in with my yellow, can you see what just happened? Let's do a couple of the leaves. The minute I add that yellow to the StazOn, those two alcohol ink colors, they activate each other and they make a mess. You see that? That's no good. You can't even see the yellow, and in fact, see, let's do it. Let me do it right while you're watching. I got this one. Boo hoo hoo. And then I've got black on there. It's just going to make a mess. So then you're like, well, okay. So let's reiterate. I can stamp with both black inks on white paper and color, and it will be fine. And I used my alcohol markers to color, and it will be fine. Yes, absolutely. White paper, easy peasy. I can't stamp on, did I toss it? I did. I can't stamp on vellum with a dye-based ink because, well, it might dry, but it's gonna smear. It just is the way it is, and that's with a dye-based ink. So I can't do that. No dye-based ink in vellum, that's not good. So she said I have to use StazOn to stamp on vellum, which is true, because that's what dries. But then I want to go in and color it, and I can't go in and color it because she just showed me it's gonna make a hot mess. I know. This is where a simple thing, just a simple thing, will make your life so much easier. Remember, StazOn. I'm good to go, but I want to color it. Flip it over. Just go to the back side. Not the dark side, the back side. And then you can, I want to get the black off my, so I'm just going to run that until I don't see black anymore. And I can come in and I can start to color. And all I have to do is stay within the lines of my design. And it's not going to make a difference because the ink's not on this side, the ink's on the other side. Hello. I can even blend them. Hello. Do I want to do that? Do I want to take a little pink and go back in there and grab it? I can color on the back side. And it makes it, then I've got a little blue on here. Wipe it right off and I'm good to go. So I'm coloring on the back side of my vellum. So when I turn it around, my ink is pristine, my color is there, I didn't make a mess. So simple. So let's see. Go in and color my leaves. And I don't have to worry about it smearing. It's not going to because I'm on the back side. I could do a little yellow in my leaves. Color them yellow. And literally, all I have to do is make sure that I stay inside the lines. And even then, if I were to go out, I could take a little alcohol ink or a little alcohol hand sanitizer. I'm sorry, some hand sanitizer with a Q-tip or something super fine. And I could clean up my mess because that's just going to act as an eraser. So I'm doing them yellow. And you can see that yellow coming through. And then maybe I add a little bit of green to them. I just hit it with a little bit of green towards the bottoms. Scribble, scribble, scribble is my name. That's the name of the game here. I'm a scribble, scribble, scribble type of girl. So I just scribbled some green in. And then I can go back with my yellow and dot it out if I want. Kind of blend it, smooth it out. Super easy. Blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. This is not, I'm not taking any kind of time to do this. Okay. And then I can turn it around and I can see I've got some greens going and some yellows going. Super fast, super easy. Doesn't have to be anything more than that. Vellum can be your best friend when you're coloring. It really can. As long as you know that you have to color from the back side. Now, let's say you don't want to color at all, or you want to do very little coloring. Although this is about as little coloring as you can get because I'm really just going for it. I mean, this really is scribble, scribble, scribble. Because I'm going to go back with that yellow and kind of blend them together. It's not going to hurt my marker, even though my marker is yellow. Because all I have to do at the end is wipe off any of the green. And once it runs true to yellow again, I am good to go. So some yellow. And maybe just a touch of the blue. Touch of blue. Touch of blue, just a touch. On my butterfly, touch of blue. And then I'll come back with my yellow and kind of blend it out. Just kind of smear it on out. Whoop, whoop. I'm smearing with my finger. Get rid of the yellow. Or the blue on there. And I think I'm good. And in no time at all, you've got this whole thing colored. Because you just went scribble, scribble, scribble. And it's super easy to do. But let's say you don't necessarily want to color, and maybe I'll make something with this one. What if I pull this one over and I grab my vellum, and I'm going to do it twice just because. And I'm going to stamp it upside down because I'm working on vellum. I'm hoping that maybe if I move back just a little bit, I can't tell. I've only got this really tiny little viewfinder. I'm not sophisticated enough to have like a computer hooked up to it. I know some people, some folks have a laptop and they can see what's going on, and they have an overhead and a front. I'm just me. You get me and my Sony Handycam. All right, let's give it a whirl. I'm gonna drop my paper and then give a press because I can see where I moved it, Stacy. I'm not gonna be able to get that back lined up. Try again. There. Now it won't move. You can clearly see where your design is and where you missed it. Bam! And it's dry almost instantaneously. Let me do one more because I could wipe the ink off with hand sanitizer and try to keep my vellum. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's too much liquid for vellum, and when you add liquid to vellum, it just whoop into the tightest little roll, the tightest little scroll. If you're making cute wedding invitations or invitations for a birthday party and you need it to be a scroll, oh, well then do your vellum and then get it wet. Holy smokes, artichokes. All right, so drop, press. All right, I'm good. Works for me. And I'm gonna have to do the same thing. I can't color over the top of it. I'm gonna be in the same position I was just a few minutes ago. But if I don't wanna do too much coloring, flip it over to the back side. I'm gonna do my little leaves. Do my little leaves. Remember, since you're on the back side, you don't have to worry about whether you go over other areas that have already been colored. It's going to be fine. You just want to stay within the lines, or at least close to them. But there's so many leaves here that I can just kind of go all over and hit them. I'm just trying to avoid the flowers. Do little stems all the way down. And I can turn it over and I can see where I've colored and where else I might need to color. Did I miss some leaves? If I did, turn it over. Take a look. Did I miss some leaves? Look, I missed a few little leaves in here. This little area. I'm just gonna go back and add some color in there. So I need to do this one. I think that's pretty good. Now I didn't touch the flowers at all because I can pull over paper. And I have got from Couture Creations. No, this is Crafters, gosh, Craft Consortium. They all start with C's. This is their ink drop paper and this is Rose. I have it in Rose and Sunset. And we'll put it in the Make It Monday. It'll qualify for Make It Monday. It won't be at a great discount because it's not inexpensive. But boy, it does it. I mean, boy, is it beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. So it will qualify for expedited shipping. It just won't be at the price that's like Wahoo Kachoo. And look at that. Holy smokes, artichokes. Or do I like it over here? Okay, well, I'm going to trim this one on down. Just because it's that fabulous. It really is just that fabulous. And I'm going to use the paper to color. I'm going to use that background because, of course, vellum is translucent. Or do I like it here? I don't know. Oh, I did good on that trimming. Do we like it here with the vein going through? Do we like it here with the mottled background? I don't know. It all looks good. I'll take a little bit of Stacy tape. I could use my dots. Gosh, if I used my dots to put the whole thing down, you wouldn't see any tape. I have little dots, micro dots, sticky dots. And if you use those and you do the whole thing in vellum, you won't see any tape. But let's just get this down so I can show you. Let's do one there. Oh, I got that one dirty. So I'm just putting some tape down here just to get it on. If I had used my sticky dots, if they were here handy, I would grab them, but I don't see them. Look at how pretty it is against the back of that paper. It's just soft and elegant. Love it against the paper. I wonder if I took this one. Oh, see, that's so pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. Against the yellow. Oh, it's pretty against the pink too. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. These all look great against the ink drops paper. No, don't like that one. Nope, don't like that one. Oh, but I like that one. It just looks magical against the ink drop. Look at that. I love it with the background coming through and that vein. Gosh, if I trim it down. I didn't finish it, but that's okay. If I trim it down, I think I'm going to trim that off. Oh, yeah. You would tape these down before doing this. I am literally doing it on the fly. On the butterfly. love that against there. So I love the ink drop papers, using it with the vellum. It just looks so good. And then we were able to get back in. Hunky Dory Black. Their mirror, I only have so much. Oh, look at how pretty. And I didn't do any coloring. I let the paper color it for me. I didn't do any coloring. Okay, I'm gonna straighten this out just because it's killing me. And I cut the bottom off too much. I'm gonna put it on there and we'll straighten it out. Okay, so a little bit, let me get rid of all my little stuff. A little bit of Stacy tape for now, just to get it down. Put a little there. A little up here. Just so it's down. I'll put it right kind of in the, I want up top. Top. Okay, now it's down. Now I can try and trim it out just a hair bit better. You're like, oh, don't freehand it. Don't freehand it. Sure, why not? And then I can take that and I can put that against the black and put that down really quick. So again, the Hunky Dory is kind of like the Craft Consortium paper. We have some, not a lot, which is also like the Penny Black Make It Monday 1999 bundles. We have some, not a lot. We are not a huge online retailer. There's some online retailers who literally will buy 1,000 or more of a SKU. I know one online retailer who does a lot with Tim Holtz, and I think they order up to 3,000 or 4,000 of each of the SKUs, where we order like 10% of that. So you have to bear with us. It's not that I don't want to be able to order it, but one, I have to be able to afford it. Got to be able to pay for what you buy. And two, sometimes I'm limited to what the manufacturer has. Oh my gosh, okay. I am in love. See, because I love the ink drop coming through with the veins and the added little something. I am in love. Oh, aren't you just like perfectly gonna fit? So this is this week's Make It Monday event. We are starting, we're pulling the Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous right now. We're bundling the GG stickers and pulling that from $4.94 right now. We're going to be printing the Sizzix Make It Mondays from last week, today or tomorrow, and we just keep going. One order at a time. And I let the paper do the coloring. Having the paper just adds that little extra something behind the vellum when you don't want to do too much. I didn't do much with these at all. The paper added everything. Okay, so these we can't, these I have to take downstairs for the girls. So let me mark them SMS so we don't accidentally send them. Send you one that's missing a sheet. That would be bad. So I really wanted to show you that there's a difference in inks depending upon what you're using. StazOn and the color box, or the Jacquard color pad, you're going to be fine on regular paper. But when you start messing with vellum, that color pad, not so much on vellum. Absolutely the StazOn on vellum, but you can't go over, you can't color on top of it with your alcohol ink marker. And the only thing that's going to stick to the vellum is an alcohol ink marker. So you gotta flip it over and color the back side, which is what we did with both of those. And then we took that high gloss from Hunky Dory, their adorable scorable, and we took the Craft Consortium ink drop papers, and one of them, it's rose. I have sunset. I've got sunset and I've got rose. So I'll talk to Taylor. Ta-da, it's Taylor. And if I can do these, I will. We'll see how much vellum I have left. And if I have vellum left, we will put those in there so I remember. We'll put what we have available of these two as part of your Make It Monday. So it's not just the penny black bundle. Those are the stamps that I used. That's the starting point, is the $19.99 bundle. And that may be the only thing that you want. That might be the end of it. You may say that $19.99 bundle's got my name on it. I have everything else. Well, yay, then you are ready to go the minute this lands in your mailbox. And if you follow the little criteria for expedited shipping, well, it's gonna get to you sooner than later. So let me show you some samples. Okay, so, isn't that beautiful? And there's the stamp. And isn't she just super fun? She's just darling. And there's Ellie. My dog. My dog's name is Ellie from Up. So cute, right? She's just darling. Easy peasy to color. And here we have the background stamp. So here's the sample. Ooh. Here's the stamp. Now you may look at that and go, oh man, I don't know. But then you see the sample and you're like, holy smokes, artichokes. I agree. And then we have, so the one I was playing with today, and they fussy cut, and when I say they, I mean honorary SMS girl Katie. And here's the one I was playing with today. Can't buy it open stock. I'm so sorry. It's you gotta buy them all, or you pass on the whole $19.99 bundle. And look at how pretty, how soft for this wedding card. And that's with this set right here. And then here. And here. So here she did a white embossing powder and then went in and colored it because the embossing powder acts as a resist. So beautiful, lovely samples. I'm not going to get them all in here. That is for sure. But beautiful, lovely, affordable for sure. Make It Mondays always. We try so hard to find you really great product that just needs to find a good home. And hopefully that home is yours. So the retail value is $88.50. Your price is $19.99. Don't forget, I've got the Craft Consortium paper pads in there. I'll see about the Sizzix. I'll have the Hunky Dory in there. So if you get your order to $50 or more, you get free shipping on top of the $19.99 value. If you see it in the Make It Monday category, it qualifies for expedited shipping. All right, you guys. So it's me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, waiting to say, so I'm going to stall for about a minute or two as I jump from one computer. I'm live chatting with you. If you're doing this or joining us during the premiere, I'm live chatting with you. I'm literally typing. And then I have to switch screens and I have to click everything on while we're still live chatting. So are you ready? Set, go. With any luck, I have got this all turned on for you. Visit scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Look at the Make It Monday category. You'll also see the Make It Monday on our home page, and you can click from there as well. Supplies and quantities are limited. Prices are amazing. And I hope you enjoyed today's class. All right, you guys, I will see you Thursday for our next live chat. I'm trying to think of what Thursday is. I can't remember, but we're doing something fabulous, I am sure. And that will be at 5 p.m. sunny California time, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, and there will be a live chat going on and a sneak peek. And by then I should remember what it is. I think it's Couture Creations. I think I have, now Thursdays are the latest and greatest. I think I have the latest and greatest collections from Couture Creations. I'm positive I do. Oh, wait till you see them. Stunning, and it is the latest and greatest from them. All right, you guys, so a big thank you to Penny Black for getting this to me. A big thank you for allowing us to offer it to our customers. We so appreciate everybody there at Penny Black and at Sizzix and at Hunky Dory and, well, Jacquard. Thanks to everybody for your support of our mom and pop shop here in Canyon Country, California. I will see you all Thursday. It's me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Bye, everybody.